working with John and helping to integrate with your CRM tool. So after each of those events, it'll be an automatic push to some of this. And I'll explain a little bit more too, because we have the opportunity to do that for our survey feature as well, in addition to the review and SMS generation. So if you want to send out a satisfaction survey, and then at the end of the survey have them recommend, depending on how they answered the survey question, if you want to recommend them or capture more data on how their experience was, so you can do that there too. The same process for the email is available as a text message as well. We can push both if we have the information for if we both have the email and cell number for a particular tenant. We can push them to either have the option to respond by email or text. The main difference here, there's two main differences here, is that there's 4 priorities that you can push them to, and that 4th priority is usually what we recommend is our BirdEye website, because we know that it's mobile optimized. In addition to that, we only send out one reminder. We don't send out any reminders because some people do still pay for text messages. Just going back slightly, we can change the number of reminders that go out for emails. So right now the standard default settings are after 2 days if they haven't clicked on the email, or clicked from the email. And then we send 3 reminders as default. You can send up to 5, but we recommend saying 3 or under. But if you didn't want to send out any more than that, we can adjust those settings as well. And all the text in here is customizable. You can go in and edit this at any point.
So to get 1 email and then 3 reminders?
They can, yes. So if you didn't want them to get 3 reminders, we can adjust that setting down to 1 or 2 or whichever is your preference. You can also send no reminders if you like. But we recommend at least setting 1.
Even we might get some input on that later, but I'd start to get pissed off on the 3rd one.
Okay.
That's just my thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on to reviews. So this is where we're allocating all the reviews. Right now, this is set up to select for all locations here. If you are have access to a couple of locations or just one, it'll default to that location. But we're at the enterprise level right now, so this is showing all reviews. So we have 905 reviews allocated across the web at a 4.1 average star rating. As you can see, if you drill down to the review level, it shows star, the source, the date, and then which location here. Also shows the name of the respondent or whatever username they're using. And then if they've left any additional feedback or text, it shows that. So this red flag over here is indicating that it's something that we're parking within BirdEye. So what does parking mean? Park means that we've flagged this review automatically because due to its star rating. Star rating is either we flag reviews automatically if it's got no rating, a 1-star or 2-star rating, and we also have the ability to let's say this 5-star review had some sort of negative sentiment within the text, saying like, wow, I love this place, but there's something about the maintenance that I did not like. It would actually flag it as negative sentiment, and so upon that criteria, no rating, 1 or 2-star reviews, and then negative sentiment will automatically flag that. And what it's doing is it's not promoting this particular review on anywhere. We're not promoting this anywhere like on your social media sites or the BirdEye website, or if we have a widget installed on your location site. It's not. We're not going to promote this anywhere. But if you wanted to you can, like what Lauren says here, you can come down here and park it. And it will not push to any of those social sites. Since we are integrated with Google and Facebook, you have the ability to respond within BirdEye directly to you. So if you want to reply to this particular review, you could do that from here since it's from Google. You can also do the same from Facebook. So you don't have to navigate to Google or Facebook to do that. Any other site, let's say apartment ratings, for instance, if you want to reply to it, it's going to take you to the apartment rating website, and you can respond there. So not as easy, but still takes you to the right place. Another cool feature here is we can use the fancy one already, but what you can do is you come to this ticket function, and you have the ability to assign action items to each of those reviews. So if you wanted to assign this to BirdEye, and just say, please get to this one. You can start an internal conversation about this particular review. And then certain folks will have access to the service tickets. So if you go to service, all those tickets will show up here. And we can monitor the progress of each of those here, and then with the reports, you can see how long each one is taking, kind of the open tickets, the status, all that. But it's a pretty neat feature to kind of help manage if you're delegating any sort of response to interviews.
Yeah, and I think, guys, this is where when we get a negative review, and usually I email you guys about, what's going on here, how do we respond to this, we'll start doing that through that ticketing system so we have a log for each review, the conversation before responding to it, and have some kind of backup there. But you'll get a review, you'll get an email to your Outlook, saying Stephen has started this ticket with you, and we can go from there.
Stephen, will everybody have the ability to reply, or only certain people with credentials?
The people that have the credentials for that community. So Kevin, you have obviously all four of your properties, and you can respond to them. And yeah, anybody at the site level, Chastity or Hickory Woods could respond to it. Anybody who's given ownership of that particular location could respond to it, yeah.
Okay.
But I think we want to go through you, Stephen.
No, yeah, you're right. And that's where, we'll be, it's a lot easier for me with BirdEye because everything is pulled into one location. I don't have to monitor all these different sites. So being able to have them all in one place will make sure that we have the correct workflows. And I think that's also just, working with everybody to make sure we have established best practices on how to respond to reviews. That, they check with me and I work with them to make sure that we have a good answer for any negative reviews.
All right, perfect.
Any other questions regarding that, Tito? Okay, great. This feature right here is actually a fairly new feature. It's interesting. You can grab any sort of keyword or theme. So looking at this Stephanie review up here, if you want to just look for anything that says school year, you could save that and tag it, and now you have the ability to search that tag across all reviews. Kind of a neat feature. And also, so over here on the right side, you have the ability to filter on several different items like location. jump in to this tab. You come in here and save the filter, either as default and name it, or you can save several filters and just name them differently, and they'll show up right here. You also have the ability to sort oldest reviews to lowest rated, highest rated, A to Z, and then it defaults at the most recent reviews. All right, so surveys. So this is kind of what Stephen touched on a little bit. We have the ability to not only send out review requests, but we have the ability to send out satisfaction surveys after an event, like move in, move out, maintenance tickets, etc. If you have a particular satisfaction survey that goes to each of those, we can build that here. And Steve and I will be working together in the next week or so to help maybe brainstorm how we'll implement those in this particular platform, and I'll continue to work with John on how we'll send those out as well. But just want to give you all a quick preview of this and what it looks like to the user. We have the ability to change the logo, and we have different types of survey options that cover just about any other online survey tool that's out there. You can manage your responses. You can pull those at any point and download in Excel if you want to cut the data a certain way. And then we also have reporting. And it will break down responses by each question. And you also have the ability to look at the table view and then download each report as well.
Is this just a general survey? Is this survey that we've used before, Stephen?
Yeah, this is we're gonna take the Satisfact surveys that we sent out in the past and tweak those a little bit, but use the same general format and same general questions as the.
Okay, so this is for move in, move out, pre-renewal work order. Is that what we're talking about?
Exactly. This is what is taking the place of Satisfact.
Okay, what if you want to just have, I don't know, some other survey? I want to know what people's opinion of the dog park is.
Yep. So you can create a one-off survey. You can see in the top right corner of Jared's screen, it's very simple. Just create a new survey right there and drag and drop questions, and then we just upload a spreadsheet of addresses and send it out.
But we really don't, I don't know if I'm just getting off track with the concept of a survey, which we typically, if I wanted to know about people's use or opinion of the dog park, I'm not really interested in having it, published, on social media.
Yeah, so and all these survey things are not being published on social media. That's only the reviews part of this tool. So surveys are not published.
So is this a good tool then that we might sort of explore in more depth?
Yes, very much so. So the things that we've used, other people have used SurveyMonkey or Constant Contact, Google surveys in the past. This replaces that, so we have all that information in one place.
All right.
And just on the review piece, so what you can do on these surveys, so if you send out the satisfaction survey and let's say that they branch through a certain way through the survey, and you know that they're more likely to leave a positive review, we can add a question at the end that asks, will you be going to recommend us, and then we'll promote that same email generation at the end, but that's optional for the surveys. We can just capture the survey data and have it all in one central location, as you can say.
Yeah. Hey, Jared, we've only got a few minutes left in our call today. Could you quickly touch on the insights and competitors for everyone?
Yeah, of course. So, as you can see here, there's all the locations to the left here, and then some grades across here. So what we've done is we've gone in and created 4 different categories, 5 different categories. And what we do is we've added some keywords in each of these, and what it does, it goes and searches all of the reviews for each location and then assigns a grade based on negative or positive sentiment. So if we went into Glade Creek Apartments and looked at, say, the price C+ here, it'll pull, it'll default to all the keywords that it's finding. And you can filter by each of these. So it looks like there's a few for just rent. And you see that it pulls out 1 positive here, but a couple of negative sentiments. So rent was moderately expensive or increased for rent over the last 2 years. And it might just give you a little bit more information that you can jump down and see where, if there's anything that you might be able to improve.
So this is another way, Rick, of how we can find out more about, what the general population thinks about each of our communities. We can add and remove keywords at will. So if there was something you wanted to know about the dog park, we could add the dog park keyword and see what the online community is saying about Glade Creek's dog park.
Okay.
That actually might be. They have a lot of positive stuff going on.
Yeah.
So they do have dog here. That's kind of an example.
So if you click that dog thing, do you somehow automatically go back and see a grade for dog?
You don't necessarily see a grade. You just see why it's being pulled in there, either in a positive connotation or a negative. In this particular case, there's overwhelmingly positive mentions of dog. I don't think there's going to be any negatives. So the only 2 negative keywords that's pulling out of that is office and core. Just to quickly jump over to competitors. So I've worked with Steven to help grab a list of competitors for each location. We've uploaded all the competitors here, but we haven't exactly mapped them just yet to each of the locations. But as you can see, it can give you some good information about how you stack up against some of your competitors in terms of how many reviews they're generating across the web and the star rating.
Yeah, so just quickly, guys, I went into all of your LRO counts and pulled the competitors from the same comps you're using for your rents, and we put them there. So once these are done and mapped out, when you log in to your BirdEye and click competitors, it'll show you the same competition that you're seeing in LRO and what, this same kind of scale on how people are reviewing them online right now.
That's great. I like that.
Good. Yeah. The only drawback here is that we aren't currently able to pull in Yelp reviews for these particular locations.
And pull in what?
For Yelp reviews for these competitors' locations, but we do pull that in for
Yelp
your reviews.
Yelp in our locations is not a player. We very, very, very few Yelp reviews. I think it would have a minuscule effect on these ratings here. So it's primarily apartment ratings and Google are what's driving these ratings right now.
Yeah, I think that's. I know we're running short on time, but does anyone else have any questions or anything that they'd like to know? I'm happy to put on another one of these, like maybe once we get like a survey, a few surveys uploaded in just in case anyone wants to walk through it again.
This looks like a terrific tool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's one section we didn't go over, which is reports, but that's a pretty simple thing to go through if you guys want to explore on your own time. That'll just give you a lot of options on seeing your reviews and general sentiment of your property, things like that. So just, you should have your logins. Micah sent them all out last week. So if you want to log in and play around a little bit. Feel free. If you need any help, just send me an email. I can help you out.
Yeah, I thought that was somebody fishing for something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, Stephen, it'd be a good idea to schedule another LLC after people have sort of had some time to get used to this.
Yeah, and there's a few things that we still have left to build out. So once we're at 100%, I think it would be good to touch back on a few things. So.
All right. Great. Thanks very much, Greg.
That's good. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for your time.